right, most time, Christ. Bear with me 1 second, Israel. Bear with me 1 second. All right. Bobbity. Let's get it right. All right, Shalom, Israel. YAHAWASHI, YAHUSHUA. I'm preaching officer of 5,000. You die holding it down till 12. Shield. General Mahayaman gets here. General Mahayaman to be in the building. Type your questions into the chat. That way, when the general get here, we get to run your questions down. Get to run them down and get it all the way right for you. Understand something. As Blacks, Latinos, and First Nation men and women, we have to understand that this is the time that we have right now to come out of the world, for us to get ourselves together. The truth of the matter is that the Black man and woman, the Latino man and woman, and the First Nation man and woman are the Israelites of antiquity. We are the real Jews that the Bible speaks of, and that the oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of. Right. And we got to come back to our identity. So much going on right now. Like right now in the Bible, you got World War III looming around the corner. Like this ain't the time right now to get caught lacking. This is the time that we have to. As a matter of fact, Nabad, give me Romans 13 and 11. Nabad, give me Micah chapter 2 and verse 10. Bubba for sure. Romans 13 and 11 first. And then give me Micah chapter 2 and verse 10, Bubba for sure. And we'll get right into it.
Romans 13, 11. And that knowing the time that now it is high time to wake out of sleep.
And that knowing the time that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. This is the time for us to wake up to the truth of the matter. This is the time. I know we all hear it out in the world. Everybody in the world, Baha'yah, has some form of higher knowledge that they say. They, you got Muslims, Christians, atheists, whatever is calling themselves today, they think they have the answer. They call it being woke. When in reality, you are fast asleep. You fast asleep, man, to the real truth of the matter. Now it is high time to awake out of sleep. Now it's time to wake up, Black man and woman. Now it's time to wake up, Latino man and woman. I hate to break it to you. You're not free, white, and 21. You can't live like this oppressor and think you're going to prosper. You may think, you know what I mean, because I heard, well, listen, man, I heard a brother say, listen, earlier, like, I'm trying to live the American dream. What American dream is that? This has been beyond a nightmare for our people, a reoccurring one. And the solution is this Bible. The solution is the I.S.U.P.K under commanding General YAHANNA. Wow. That's the solution to the issues that Blacks, Latinos, and First Nation men and women face today. Read on. I button the bottom.
But now is our salvation nearer than when we think.
Our salvation is nearer than we believe. Our salvation is right there. It's nearer than what we believe. Problem is, man, we want to get caught up in stuff that does not matter. That doesn't matter. You're getting caught up into the politics of this place. Let me explain something to you. Whether, you know what I mean, you voting for Kamala or Trump, it doesn't matter, because neither one of them have the best interest of our people. Donald Trump is the devil that the Bible speaks of. El hombre blanco es el diablo. And so is Kamala Harris. Y'all looking at her thinking she's a Black woman. She's not Black,
Right.
Her father is East Indian and Irish. Irish on his father's side. So where is the Black? And her mom is 100% East Indian. So her father's father is an oppressor. And then, his, mother was also East Indian. So where does the Black come around? You see how they pander to our people? Then you had that Hamite, that African Barack Obama talking about, chastising Black and Latino men. oh, brothers need to step up and vote. Come on, man. Goes to show you, man, how evil this place is and how evil these wicked heathens are.
Right.
Kamala don't give a damn about us, neither does Donald Trump. This is why the scripture says that it's time for us to come out of sleep, to wake up and realize that our salvation is nearer than what we believe. You're not going to get salvation through Kamala Harris. Let me tell you something, like, you want to hear my oxymoron? I was out with my rib the other day, right? We was riding around. We was going to get breakfast, and out in West Philly, they had this little convention outside where like all the community activists of West Philadelphia was promoting, you know, vote for Kamala Harris. Some of us are ex-cons. We just got out. Kamala's doing. I said, Kamala, the reason why you there. Right. Kamala locked up more Black and Latino men and women than a little bit. The only one that got more numbers than her is Bill Clinton and Joe Biden. Bill Clinton and Joe Biden and Kamala Harris locked up more of our people than anybody. And to see silly brothers and sisters, and I say silly because you don't understand. You don't realize the propaganda that is being worked on you right now. Like the propaganda machine of America is insane. Kamala doesn't give a damn about Black men or Latino men at all. And she for damn sure don't give a damn about Black women and Latino women. Let me say that too. She don't give a damn about you sisters, man. All she care about is what her oppressor daddy tells her to do. And that's why it's so important to understand when the Bible read that we have to awake out of sleep. How long are we going to sit here being rocked to sleep by the same lullaby? Right. Remember, Obama was supposed to change things. Look, now when I was in high school, brother, you know, me and other brothers in the world, we thought, oh, this was going to change everything. We was going to get reparations, that Black people was going to become the masters of the universe, Mahayaman. We actually thought that. And you know what they ran on? The campaign of change. What has changed? What has truly changed? Y'all remember the campaign where Obama changed? What truly changed? Nothing. Nothing has changed. Real change, Black, Latino, and First Nation man and woman, is coming into the UPK under command of Johnny. That is real change. For a Black man to come into this school, all phones on mute. For a Black man to come into school and to put on all Black, you know what I mean, and is committed to shedding himself of this world, because world just means age or society. To be willing to shed yourself for this place, to become that new man that Christ intended, to become that new sister. You can't do that if you think you're going to be able to still celebrate Halloween and celebrate your birthday and Thanksgiving and Christmas and vote and do all that garbage, man. Nah, real change comes by coming in here and understand what the scriptures say. Give me Micah chapter 2 and verse 10, Bubba, for sure.
This is the book of Micah, chapter 2, verse 10. Arise ye and depart.
The Bible says, arise ye and depart. Meaning, don't get up and stay. Meaning, get up and get out. When we say get up and get out, we're not saying get on a boat and go to Zimbabwe or go to Egypt or, you know, or go to Turkey, you know what I mean, or Damascus, That's not what the Bible is saying. The Bible says, when it says, arise ye and depart, you got to take your mind out of this place. You got to take your mind out of this place, because this place is so alluring. They're going to promote every evil and wicked vice there is in this place. I'll give you an example, right? Sodom and Gomorrah. When all the wickedness and homosexuality and all the diabolical stuff that was going on there, right? When the Lord told Lot to get his family and get up out of there, you know, Lot's wife looked back, and then she became a pillar of salt. Why do you think Christ said, remember Lot's wife? Because Lot's wife loved Sodom and Gomorrah. And a lot of our people today, a lot of silly sisters and silly brothers, you love America. And we're here to tell you, you cannot love this place. Mahayaman, give me Matthew 6:24. You cannot love this place and think you can love the Most High. You can't. Our God is telling us to arise ye and depart. Arise ye and depart. YAHUWAH,
Remember that? You know what
Be careful, my life. Oh, mercy. Be careful. All right.
give you a second, all right? I'll take all of your questions online and in the room. Solve all of your problems. Fear not. Don't panic, all right? We'll get it on whenever you're ready, all right? Any topics that we need to go over this week, just let me know, all right? To arm the brothers up properly for their battles that they will get into this week. Whenever you're ready, I'm ready.
This is from young man Jermaine.
Young man Jermaine, all right, warrior. What can I do for you?
Young man Jermaine says, Shalom Yahweh, can you break down Micah chapter 2 and 1 and Proverbs 24, 15 and 16?
Of course, Micah. I'm sorry. Of course, young man James, no problem. Let's have it.
Today. This is the book of Micah, chapter 2 and verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds.
Let me explain it for the young brother if I could. Woe to them. The term woe means destruction. Destruction unto them that devise evil. To devise evil is to plan evil. Think about devising like premeditation. You know, when you plan a robbery or plan to assault a woman or plan to do some vile thing for selfish gain. Do you understand? Destruction will come upon a person like that layeth upon their bed and think about the evil that they want to commit tomorrow. Woe unto them, destruction unto them. Keep going.
When the morning is light, they practice it.
So now they thought about it at night in their bed. They planned out the robbery or the drug deal or the unaliving of someone or the assaulting of someone. They planned it out. When the morning came, they practiced it. When the morning came, they got up and did with their hands the thing that their mind divined at night. They got up in the morning and went to work with the thing they thought of the night before. Go ahead.
Because it is in the power of their hand.
Because what?
Because it is in the power of their hand.
That's what I just described. They thought about it with their mind. In the morning, they did it with their hands. Destruction on that person. Do not premeditate an evil thing. Don't sit and plot on doing something evil. You are going to be destroyed. Please, anything else? I believe you had another one.
Proverbs 24 and 15. Sir. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 24 and verse 15. Lay not wait, O wicked man, against the dwelling of the righteous.
I appreciate you, warrior. That's the same breakdown. These two are precepts, one to another. Lay not, does it say in wait or wait?
Lay not wait.
Lay not wait. Lay not wait is the same thing. Lay not wait is like you are thinking and planning on doing an evil thing. Go ahead.
Against the dwelling of the righteous, spoil not his resting place.
Once again, this is speaking about planning, in this case, a robbery. Where there's a righteous man, he lives over there. But you are laying in wait to spoil his home, to spoil his resting place. You understand? Where he lives at, where he lays down at. But you're plotting and waiting outside of his house and hiding somewhere so you can rob this righteous man. Don't do that. You're going to be destroyed for doing that. Any more?
Sir.
Go ahead.
For a just man falleth 7 times and riseth up again, but the wicked shall fall into mischief.
Meaning this, if a man is just, he might make a mistake, but he gets back up. He makes an error, but he realizes that he made a mistake and he's wrong, and he will endeavor to never do it again. Now that could happen 7 times. That man will keep going. But the wicked just plots on being evil. And it's the master trait of our oppressor, to just be someone who his whole life is about planning to do something evil to someone that has no designs on doing anything evil to him. And you, of course, as an Israelite, you don't want to take on that trait. Destruction will come upon you. Anything else? Próximo.
This is from Padam Yahawah. If I may, sir, can I get a scripture breakdown on the reason why a cross shouldn't be born? The water.
Right. The reason a cross shouldn't be born, give me idol worship. I'll take that first. Thou shalt have no gods before me. You can give me any random idol scripture. All right. The Christian cross is a religious symbol. It is an idol. It's a god itself. Give me wood. I'll take wood and stone. I'll take that first. All right. Go ahead and check this out, warrior. Here's a precept that you can go to. Go ahead.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4, and verse. I'm gonna start at verse 27. Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 27. And the Lord shall scatter you among the nations.
Listen carefully, young brother. The Most High will scatter you among the nations. This is prophecy, and it happened. Now here we are in Mexico, Guatemala, Haiti, America, South and Central America, Europe. We're all over the globe, and we got there because of slavery. Slavery was the tool the Most High used to scatter us among all nations. Keep going.
And ye shall be left few in number among the heathen.
You get that? And among these heathens, we are few in number, meaning we are the minority. We're the people that some master class uses to destroy and to prop up their society. Is this the one I want? Keep going.
Whether the Lord shall lead you, and there you shall serve God.
And there you shall serve what?
God.
You shall serve symbols.
God.
You shall serve things around your neck.
God.
And there you shall serve gods. Keep going.
The works of men's hands.
These gods are not gods in the sky or gods you think about, but these gods are gods you make with your hands. You sculpt, you carve, right? Things that you make. This thing you make is a god. Keep going.
Wood and stone.
What is this God made of?
Wood and stone.
What is the God of Christianity made of? Wood. What is the God of Islam made of? Stone. You have the cobblestone in Saudi Arabia, which every Muslim must go to at least one time in his life and make Hajj to Mecca. You must do it. As you're in Mecca, you have to kiss a black stone. That black stone is the God of Islam. Every Christian has to have a cross around their neck, a cross in their house, a cross warding off evil so that they're protected, a cross that they make over their body to protect them from any evil that might come upon them. That's your God, your wooden God, the wooden cross. It's an idol, it's a God. It's not jewelry. This is jewelry. This does not ward off any evil spirits. It does not, you don't have to make a shield over your body to protect yourself from anything. This doesn't get rid of Dracula or vampires or raise the dead. This is a symbol we wear around our neck to let everyone know that we know our nationality. We know the God we serve, and we know the king that serves him. It's not magic. It's not a God. It's jewelry. You can buy them in the jewelry store. But a Christian cross, whew, that thing is powerful. It's the God of Christianity. Young brother, I would use this precept right here. You should never wear a cross. It's disgusting. It's the practice of Christianity. It is their God. It's a spiritual symbol to them that has magical powers. Anything else? All right. Próximo.
From Officer Malakia. He says, Shalom, sir. Brother Christ, I understand I do not understand anything, especially if I'm not taught by the I.S.U.P.K.
Well said. Give him a hand. Go ahead.
He said, could you lend me some of your wisdom on this matter, my Lord?
Absolutely, brother. If there's anything that I can do for you in humility, I would love to do it. What is his question about?
He said, in general, what is an effective way to battle the demon on a loved one that thinks it's no big deal to miss days of taking their medication for their mental health?
What is the effective way to battle? You have a loved one and they have medication, but they think that they don't need to take their medication. So how do you battle this person? Okay. Well, let me tell you what. let me try to explain it to you another way that I believe you might better understand. Okay. Let's say you have a loved one who's a crack addict. If you brothers are too young to know what that's like, you can think about a weed addict or methamphetamine or some other drug of choice. What do you do to get your loved one to give up drugs? What do you say to them to get them to give up drugs? There is nothing that can be said to them, because that is a decision to live instead of die. And that choice everyone has to make. Now, you can correct them and you can tell them you're wrong. You can explain to them in the Bible that the physician is in the Bible. That's in the Apocrypha. If you want, I can give you that precept. You can also explain to them that the Most High uses medicines and gives us medicines to heal the people. You can give them that precept. In the end, however, they will have to decide whether or not they want to live or die. And there's really nothing that you can do about it. You can't force a person to live. It's the same thing with suicide. You might have someone in your life, they want to commit suicide. Now, some of you, listen, you'll get the urge to just stay next to their bed every day. You never leave them alone. They go into the bathroom, you knocking on the door to see how long they're in the bathroom because you're worried about them harming themselves. You can do that for a while, but I can guarantee you this. They're alone with themselves more than you will be alone with them. Do you understand? When it comes to unaliving oneself, there's really nothing that you can do to stop it. It's a choice to live rather than die. Everyone understands. I'll give you these precepts if you need them. Give me the one about the physician. Give me herbs for medicine. I'll take that. Of course, you also can break the one down in the book of Tobit, where the woman was cured from medicine that she inhaled, the same way an asthma patient inhales a medicine with an inhaler. This woman had terrible, some disorder that made her unalive men. She was a psychopath. And this angel of the Most High God told this brother to take the gallbladder of this particular fish. They burned it in an incense burner, and she inhaled that medicine. And the next morning, she did not unalive her husband, but she went downstairs to a happy father and mother that now had a son-in-law because she took her medicine. Everyone understands. If you need these precepts, I'll break them down for you. Go ahead.
I have an honor of physician.
Solid.
Ecclesiasticus 38:1. Mm-hmm. Honor a physician with the honor due unto him.
With honor of a physician, man. There's an honor that a physician has. What does that honor mean? Obey him. Do what he's telling you to do. That's how you honor him. The same way you honor a judge in court. You stand up when a judge comes into the room. You call the judge your honor. You obey a judge's orders. The same way you obey Commanding General YAHANNA and the men he has put over you. You obey their rules because you know they have authority and they watch out for your soul. A doctor has authority over medicine. That's his field of authority. That's what he cannot get you into the kingdom of heaven. He cannot solve your marriage problems. He cannot help you in any other way. But there's a thing that he knows, which is medicine. And you want to honor him for that. Continue.
For the uses which he may have of him, for the Lord hath created him. The Most High created him. The Most High created the physician. He made him. So if you want to obey God, then you will obey this physician who is giving you this medication to help you. Is one doctor better than another? Absolutely. Sometimes you can get a doctor who's a doofus, but he's still not as dumb as you. You are far more dumb than that doctor when it comes to medicine. The doctor does not know the Bible like you. He can't fix a car like you. But he absolutely knows medicine more than you. And of course, you can find a better doctor, Lord allow, one that might suit you more. Now, that's what the Bible says. If the person chooses not to take their medicine, they're deciding to die. Everyone understands. Please. If I may, sir, I put a little emphasis on someone that is actually a doctor.
What you mean?
You got a lot of doctors.
How did I forget? I'm sorry.
Doctors,
Give him a hand. How could I have forgotten? Yeah. I'm not talking about the ghetto black doctor of black tradition, which is a doctor in name only. Dr. Sebi is not a doctor. Umar Johnson is not a doctor. None of these people are doctors at all. I'm talking about a real straight up and down physician who paid all of the money to go to med school. You get my point? Can I explain it to you in a way that you know? Where is it more expensive to take your car to Jimmy, the mechanic that sits outside of the supermarket, or to take your car to the dealership to get your car fixed? Which one is more expensive? You diet? Does anyone know? The dealership. Which one has better? Which one is a better mechanic? Crackhead Jimmy outside of the curbside mechanic, or the dealership mechanic? Which one is better, young brothers? The dealership. Why is he better than Crackhead Jimmy? They're both mechanics. Why is the dealer, about 10 times more expensive than Jimmy, who sits at the end of the alleyway of your house or sits in the parking lot of AutoZone? Right. Why is the dealership a better mechanic? Who wants to guess? School, young man. School, that's all. I know you have an aversion to education. I understand that. However, in the UPK, we embrace education because it is what we're built on. It's why we have books in here and not tambourines. You understand? That's why we have books in here and not drums and an organ. Because school absolutely benefits you in life. It's why a dealership is so expensive. You don't want to go there. And Crackhead Jimmy is sitting in an alleyway or sitting in a parking lot. School is what differentiates those two, right? If you could afford it, you would go to the dealership. Well, a doctor is the dealership. Do you understand? Umar, Dr. Sebi, a Cucumber Man USA is Crackhead Jimmy in the alleyway. It's him. You're only going there because it's cheap. Learning from him costs nothing. It costs nothing to get him to do your engine. It costs a fraction of the cost that it would cost you in a dealership. He's not a real mechanic. Do you understand? Crackhead Jimmy is not actually a mechanic. Okay, that's all I can do for you. All right. Próximo.
God, this is from Justice. He says, Alwan, does the New Testament say that Adam was made on the seventh day?
Yes. Oh, the New Testament. Salakia. The New Testament, does it say? Yes, it does say he was made on the seventh day. It's in that place. You want to find that. I believe it's around there in the New Testament. In that place. Yes, I believe it's around there. The brother will find it for you. It's in the New Testament. I want to say it's Romans, right? It might be the word dominion or old dominion is in there. But in that place, said he on the seventh day. That's the exact phrasing of it. It's coming back to my memory now. That's when Adam was created. The New Testament describes the exact description of Adam's creation. In the Old Testament, it describes it in the New Testament as well. All right. At this place, he spoke of the seventh day. That's the term you need in the New Testament, please. That's it, warrior. Hebrews is 4 where you want to start, 4 and 4. Start at 4 and 1. I'll give him a taste, all right? Then we'll move on. Please.
Hebrews chapter 4 and verse 1. Let us therefore fear, lest a promise being left of entering into his rest, any of you should seem to come short of it.
Entering into his what?
Entering into his rest.
Entering into his rest. Entering into his rest. What is his rest? The seventh day. The day of rest. We were promised to enter into his rest. When did we get that promise? Adam. Adam is how we got that promise. On the day of rest, Adam was created. When creation was finished, the Most High created Adam because Adam's creation was not physical. Adam's creation was spiritual. Adam was born again on the seventh day, and we were all promised that same creation. We were promised it through Adam. Continue.
God, verse 2. For unto us was the gospel preached.
Unto who?
Unto us was the gospel preached.
For unto us was the gospel preached. You'll find phrases like that all throughout the New Testament that your Christian leaders with crosses around their necks ignore. Unto us was the gospel preached. The gospel was not given to everyone on the planet Earth. The gospel was given to the descendants of Adam, whom God chose. Adam's bloodline went into Noah. Noah's bloodline went into Shem. Shem's bloodline went into Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Unto us was the gospel given. The Most High's gospel, the word gospel means good news. The good news that we could all come back. We could all leave from our forsaken lives and be accepted back into the Most High's protection. That's what we were told. That's the promise that we were given through Adam on the seventh day. Continue.
As well as unto them, but the word preached did not profit them.
The word preached did not profit them. Who was the them? It's very simple. Your forefathers. Your forefathers that came from Adam. They were told the same thing. And what did they do? They were kicked out of the garden. Adam and Eve. Adam and Eve were kicked out of the garden. They were given the same promise that we were given, but it didn't work. And because of that, they were rejected by God and kicked out of the garden. And ever since then, the sons and daughters of Adam have been trying to go back. Continue.
Not being mixed with faith in them that heard it.
Not being mixed with faith in them that heard it. The them that heard it is Adam and Eve. They heard it, but they didn't believe in it enough to do it when the chips were down, to do it when temptation arose. That's the kind of faith you're going to have. Adam and Eve were given the path to stay in that garden and rule the world from the Garden of Eden, but they didn't have faith. Their faith could not take the test of temptation. Keep going.
For we which believe do enter. For we which believe do enter unto rest, as he said, as I've sworn in my wrath, if they shall enter into my rest, although the works were finished from the foundation of the world.
Now here we go, Akim. It's right here in front of you. Read it from where you started to read from. Go ahead.
But the word preached did not profit them.
Speaking about Adam and Eve, go ahead.
Not being mixed with faith in them that heard it.
Because they heard the word of God, but they didn't have faith enough to do it. Continue.
For we which have believed.
But us, we believe. We believe in the Most High God. We decided that we are going to keep his commandments. We decided we're going to correct the mistake of Adam and Eve. We're going to keep the Most High's commandments. We believe. Continue.
Do enter into his rest.
We do what? We do enter into his rest. We do come into the Most High's day of rest. The day of rest is when Adam was created. Keep going.
As he said, as I've sworn in my wrath, if they shall enter into my rest.
The Most High, as he swore in his wrath, if they would enter into his rest. Keep going.
Although the works were finished from the foundation of the world.
What works is he talking about that were finished from the foundation of the world? Creation. Adam was created on the seventh day, after the works were finished from the foundation of the world. What does that mean? Creation. When it started, that's what the foundation is. Continue.
Verse 4. For he spake in a certain place.
For he did what?
For he spake in a certain place.
For he spoke in a certain place. What is the certain place that is synonymous with the foundation? That's the Garden of Eden. That's where everything started. That's where Adam found the Most High God, looking up at the stars of heaven and realizing that there was a creator that should be obeyed. Before that, they worshiped the creation. They worshiped the stars. They worshiped the trees and the rocks and the rivers. Adam looked up at those stars and saw that there was a power that created everything that he saw, and that power was speaking to him. He realized that in the Garden of Eden. What's the Garden of Eden? The Middle East, the land of Israel. Also the place where the Third World War will begin. It'll begin in the Middle East. Continue.
In a certain place of the seventh day.
Of a certain place of the seventh day. Everybody gets it, right? The Garden of Eden, he spoke about this concerning the seventh day. Continue.
On this wise, and God did rest the seventh day from all his works.
And God did rest the seventh day from all his works. Continue.
Verse 5. And in this place again.
We'll say that one more time.
And in this place again.
And in this place again. That's where we're going back to. That's where the New Jerusalem will be. In this place again, in the Garden of Eden again, we're going to go back into his rest. We're going to receive what Adam was promised, but failed to capture. We're going to obey the commandments of God. We're going to do what Adam was supposed to do on the seventh day, and we're going to do it in Israel. Continue.
If they shall enter into my rest.
If we enter into his rest. What does entering into the Most High's rest mean? You're going to do what Adam was supposed to do after creation was finished. You're going to become a new man. You're going to keep the commandments of God, and you're going to receive the Garden of Eden. Continue. See me one more time, please.
Seeing therefore it remaineth that some must enter therein, and they to whom it was first preached enter not in because of unbelief.
That's going into what I just broke down already. Go ahead.
Again, he limited a certain day, saying in David, today after so long a time, as it said, today if you will hear his voice, harden not your hearts.
David was talking about the same thing. He limited and spoke about a certain day, the day of rest. Continue.
For if Jesus had given them rest, then would he not afterward have spoken of another day?
If Christ had given them rest, then Christ would have not spoken about another day. Meaning what? Simply Christ returning was never going to bring about the kingdom. That's why Christ said, the water warrior. That's why when Peter saw Christ, after Christ rose from the dead, he said, what? Lord, will thou at this time restore the kingdom of heaven? Meaning you rose from the dead. Is this it? Are we going to take the kingdom now? Are we going to get the kingdom? No, because you have to do your part. You're going to have to do what Adam did not do on the day of rest in that same place. You want to get back to that place, you'll have to do what Adam did not do, which is take hold of the day of rest, take hold of the day of creation, become someone new. Continue.
There remaineth therefore a rest to the people of God.
You get my point, meaning the people of God have not entered into their rest. They didn't do it. They didn't do it after Christ rose from the dead. They didn't do it. They just kept disobeying God. They continued in the lack of faith that Adam had. You read this all around here, or this will break the whole thing down for you, all right? If you need that, you can also go to the first man, Adam, the last man, Adam. That's speaking more about Jesus Christ being Adam. But and you put these two precepts together, you're going to be solid out. No problem. Anything else?
That was it on that question. This is from James Levi. He said, excuse me, Your Highness.
Well, thank you. That's a bit much. I'm, of course, no king, but we're all working on it. I pray you understand that. We're all working on it. Please, what's his question?
Do you consider a woman in the truth if she is violent or disobedient to her husband? Also, do you guys believe in putting a wife away? If so, how?
Well, let me try to explain what being in the truth is, right? That can be a statement that is hard to understand if you're coming from the Christian church. It's difficult to understand what that term means. The term being in the truth is a specific thing. Being in the truth means being a member of the Israelite school of UPK under commanding General YAHANNA. That's it. Being in the truth is nothing else. That's all it is. If you are not a member of the Israelite school of UPK under commanding General YAHANNA, you are not in the truth. Now, let's say you are a member of the Israelite school of UPK under commanding General YAHANNA, and you are violent at home with your husband. your husband has a government that he can go and report you to. And because that sister is in the U.P.K, she can be dealt with, she can be admonished, she can be punished, and she can get back up and reform herself. But when you are not in the Israelite school of U.P.K under Commanding General YAHANNA, what will you do about a sinner? What path do you have? If you're a Christian and you assault your woman, what can you do? The preacher is going to say all have sinned. We all make mistakes. None of us are perfect. Not so in here. In here, young brother, in here, we are required to be perfect. Do you understand? So if your wife is violent with you at home, your wife is failing at her duty of being in the truth. She's failing at it. That it's like a standard. It's like being on any team, if I can make you understand it that way. Are you a member of the Los Angeles Lakers if you don't come to practice? Huh? Well, yeah, you're a member, but you're not a good one, because a good member would be coming to practice. So what do you do if you don't come to practice? We're both on the LA Lakers, but you don't come to practice and I do. What can happen? Because you're on the Lakers, what can happen? You can be fined. You can be cut. You can be admonished. You can be benched. But as long as you're on the team, then the coach can get you in order when you're out of order. But if you're not even on the team, then the coach can't do anything about it. If your wife is a member of this school and she is failing at her responsibility of keeping the commandments, report your wife to the coach. That's all. She's on the team, which means she's under the team's authority. Report her. Get her right. If your wife is truly, if she wants to stay on this team, then your wife will be corrected or your wife will get cut. Does everyone understand? That's all. She can get cut. Anything else?
This is from Chantaray Mystique.
Chantaray Mystique, please.
She says, Slocky, sir, if you have the time, can you explain how to decipher which parts of the Bible take precedence?
Which parts of the Bible take precedence? There are no parts of the Bible that take precedence over another. Every part of the Bible is equally important. You cannot take a part of the Bible and decide that one is more important than another, because there is one God that gave you every word in it. Give me this precept I'm going to ask for. I think it's in Peter's. I could be wrong. If thou murder not, if thou unalive not, but thou commit adultery. Congratulations on, okay. I'm going to click this little box here. I'm not sure what the hell it means. All right. Isn't James? You're correct. Go ahead. Listen carefully, Chantaray Mystique.
This is the book of James, chapter 2, verse 11. For he that said, do not commit adultery, said also, do not kill.
You see that? He that said, do not commit adultery, also said, do not kill. He said both of them. Go ahead.
Now, if thou commit no adultery.
If you don't commit adultery, go ahead.
Yet if thou kill.
But you do kill, go ahead. Or the correct word for that is, can I say it, Yediah?
Oh, you want people, sir.
Oh, shit. The correct word for that is murder. That's the correct word for that. That's the proper translation. The translation there is not kill in the Hebrew, it's murder. All right, which is the unlawful unaliving of a person. If you don't commit adultery, but you do murder, go ahead.
Thou art become a transgressor of the law.
You're a transgressor of the law. Not just that one rule, but the law, the entire thing. Keep going.
Can I start verse 10, sir?
Please.
Verse 10. For whosoever shall keep the whole law and yet offend in one point, he is guilty of all.
You get that? Whosoever shall keep the law but offend in one point of the law, you're guilty in everything. That goes to the brother's question who asked about if you're in the truth and your wife is violent at home. Your wife is supposed to be perfect if she's in this school. She's supposed to be practicing perfection, trying every day to be perfect. She's not supposed to be some violent monster who goes home and beats her husband. She's not supposed to do that if she's in this school. If she's doing that, we have a path to correct her in this school. I pray you understand. All right? You can't offend in one jot or one tittle of the law. Nothing. You got to keep the entire law. Now, here's the good news. If you're not in the UPK, you'll never learn how to keep the whole law. But if you're in the Israelite School of UPK under Commanding General YAHANNA, we will teach you how to keep the entire law. Christ said this. They asked Christ the same question. What is the greatest of the commandments? He said, love the Lord thy God with all thy heart and all thy soul, and love thy brother as thyself. For all the law hinge on these two. If you do those two things, you'll keep the entire law, all of it, from Old to New Testament. The New Testament also says that the volume of the book is about Christ. The entire Bible is about Christ. The Old Testament is not more important than the New. The New Testament is not more important than the Old. The entire book is the Word of God. Everyone understands? All right. I believe I answered. Did he have two questions? I believe that was both of them, unless I'm incorrect.
That was it, sir.
Go ahead.
That was it on the question. Mm-hmm. James Levi replied, sir. Mm-hmm. He said, how do I join? I've been watching for quite some time.
No problem, James Levi. You just go to ISUPK.com or you go to I.S.U.P.K. on all forms of social media and find the branch of the Israelite School of UPK closest or in your city. And they will take it from there, Warrior. Is there anything else?
Oh, sorry, sir. His other question was,
go ahead.
He said, thank you, sir.
No problem.
He said, but could you expound on if we believe in divorce?
I'm sorry. That's the other part of what he said. Divorce, let me just try to explain to make sure our definitions of divorce are the same. Divorce in the minds of most people is getting a contract that nullifies a previous contract that joined together a man or a woman, or a man and a man, or a woman and a woman. Because, of course, in America, gay marriages are legal. When you get another decree that cancels that legal decree, that's divorce. That is not so according to God. All right? According to God, whenever you have sex, you have just married that person. Sex is marriage according to the Bible. Just like we spoke about the Garden of Eden. Adam knew Eve, and she was his wife. Of course, Adam didn't take her down to the justice of the peace. Adam didn't, get a contract at City Hall. Adam knew Eve, and she became his wife. Knowing someone in biblical terms means sex. All right? Sex is marriage in the Bible. So putting a woman away or divorcing in the Bible is what you would call breaking up. Am I right about that? You're having sex with a young broad and you break up with her. Or she's having sex with you and you break up with her. According to God, that is divorce. So to be very specific so that you absolutely understand, breaking up with your girlfriend is divorce. Breaking up with your boyfriend is divorce because your boyfriend who you had sex with is actually your husband. And your wife who you had sex with is actually the woman that you had sex with is actually your wife. So what you call breaking up is divorce, and the Israelite School of UPK is absolutely against breaking up. That's not something we do in here. We don't abandon each other. It's a concept that most of you people in the world will never understand. You come from a family where everybody left everybody. Why'd they leave? Ask your father one time why he left your mother. He got angry at her. Or he found another woman who was better than your mother. So he left her. Why did your mother leave your father? She was angry with your father. Or she found another man who she liked more than your father, so she left your father. That's common in the world to break up. In the Israelite School of U.P.K, we make bonds and we don't break them. We make them every day. We make a bond. We decide this young brother came from the Hebrew Academy. This young brother earned his Hebrew name. His head was anointed with oil. He received the Hebrew name. He's an officer in the Israelite School of U.P.K. He's my brother, and from this day forward, it is my obligation to never leave his side in a time of trouble. We make bonds every 30 days. 90 days, am I right? We make a new bond with a new man every 90 days. With a new woman every 90 days, we accept a new person into this school. And we make a bond with them that is deeper than blood. But we never break it. Never. Once that bond is made, it's forever. We marry women in here. You brothers in the world, you can't keep one measly girlfriend. You cannot keep a girlfriend to save your life. In here, we have 2 women, 3 women, 5 women, and we never leave them. And they never leave us. Never. We make a bond, we have sex. That is forever, young sweetie. Forever. We will never leave. We will never break up. So if you're wondering what our stance is on marriage, our stance is that whoever we have sex with, we have to stay with for the rest of our lives. We don't break up. Everyone understands. I believe that answered this question. Anything else?
Yeah, the second part.
Please.
He said one more question, sir. What if your wife had sex with someone else in secret, but it never comes out or be revealed? Is she technically still my wife?
If it never gets revealed? Well, if it never gets revealed, you're not going to know, you're going to stay married to her. Now, if you find out, let me give you an example. If you find out that your wife had sex 10 years ago with another man and you never knew about it, the second you found out, you can leave her. The second you find out, you can say, you had sex with another man back in 1972. I didn't know about it. So now you got to start from today. You can't start from 1972 because you didn't know about it. You understand? And there's no statute of limitations on it. It's when the day you found out. I found out today. So today's the day. You can leave your wife that day. If it happened in 1972, you can leave her today. Christ said that's the only way you can leave her is for fornication. So marriage is permanent unless the unbelieving depart. If your wife is a whore, she left you in 1972. You just didn't know about it. The day you found out, you absolutely should leave her. You should walk away from her if you found out about it 10 years later. However, if you decide to say, well, that was in 1972, baby. We all fall short of the glory. If you decide to stay with her and have sex with her one more time, then you married her again. Do you understand? She broke the marriage off in 72. You didn't know. That day that you know, and you say, oh, baby, I cheated on you too. And you have sex with her, that's your wife again. Why? Because sex is marriage. So if you have sex with her again, then you got to stay with her. But if you leave her the second you found out, you have not sinned. Because that sex, unlawful sex, fornication is the only way a man can leave his wife. And that's in the Old Testament. That's in the New Testament. That's the Bible. Everyone understands. Next. Próximo.
This is from Ash. He says, Salah, sir, the 6-month rule apply to women in the world?
No, the 6-month rule does not apply to women in the world. You'd be wise to keep it voluntarily. Do you understand? Now, however, you will not be penalized by the Israelite School of U.P.K for having sex with a woman if you meet her on the first night and have sex with her. Listen, if you meet her, some of you might meet abroad, you just met her on your Instagrams, you go over her house, you have sex with her. You met her today. Now, maybe the Lord wanted you to do that. I don't know. Maybe God just put the Holy Spirit on y'all too. Maybe just love finds a way. Who the hell knows? She's not one of Commanding General Yahanna's daughter, so you don't have to answer to him. You got to answer to whoever her family is, right? Whoever is in charge of her. They decide who she has sex with. But if she's in the Israelite school of UPK, if she's been given a Hebrew name in here, she's Commanding General Yahanna's daughters, and you won't touch them without permission. But if she's not in this school, she's not under Commanding General Yahanna's authority, you'll have to answer to her abuela or abuelos or her tío. You have to answer to her family over having sex with their daughter. But I would advise you to take as much time as you can before you have sex with a woman. That's just advice. Everybody understands. Next.
This is from Officer Kanak out of Orlando. He said, Shalom, Lord Christ, sir. Can I get a general breakdown of Judges 13 and 16 to 20? More on the angel's role and him ascending into the flames and not giving his name public for.
No problem. You got it.
This is the book of Judges, chapter 13 and verse 16. And the angel of the Lord said unto Manoah, though thou detain me, I will not eat of thy bread, and if thou wilt...
You got to read up. I can't recall this.
Okay.
What's the context of this? I don't remember.
This is the book of Judges, chapter 13 and verse 13.
Mm-hmm.
And the angel of the Lord said unto Manoah, of all that I said unto the woman, let her beware.
I need more. I just don't remember it. You die unless you can jog my memory.
I believe this is when the angel came to Samson's parents.
Okay, go ahead.
When the angel came to Samson's parents.
Okay. Read from where you started from, please, Ibad.
This is the book of Judges, chapter 13 and verse 16. And the angel of the Lord said unto Manoah, though thou detain me, I will not eat of thy bread, and if thou wilt offer a burnt offering, thou must offer it unto the Lord.
So it's not jogging my memory. I can't remember. Go ahead.
I think they're talking about how Samson is going to be a
This
Nazarene.
is before Samson was born.
This is the angel of the Lord coming to Samson's parents,
Telling him that he had to be. Okay, I got you. All right, read it one more time.
Okay.
Now read down from where you are so I can catch it. Go ahead. Start from where you stopped just now.
For Manoah knew not that he was an angel of the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 17.
Mm-hmm.
And Manoah said unto the angel of the Lord, what is thy name?
Mm-hmm.
That when thy sayings come to pass, we may do thee honor.
Mm-hmm. Go
Verse
ahead.
18.
Mm-hmm.
And the angel of the Lord said unto him, why askest thou thus after my name, seeing it is a secret?
Mm-hmm.
Verse 19. And Manoah took a kid with a meat offering and offered it upon a rock unto the Lord, and the Lord did wondrously, and Manoah and his wife looked on.
Keep going.
Verse 20. For it came to pass when the flame went up toward heaven from off the altar, that the angel of the Lord ascended in the flame of the altar.
I got you. Let me try to break it down. So this is, I believe, to my memory, correct me if I'm wrong, Yediah. This is when the angel came down. They talked to this angel. The angel told them that they had to make Samson a Nazarite. That's what our memory is, right? So now they meet this man. This man, start from the beginning now, where you started from. They meet this man. They don't know that this man is an angel. Keep going.
This is the book of Judges 13 verse 16.
Mm-hmm.
And the angel of the Lord said unto Manoah, though thou detain me, I will not eat of thy bread.
So meaning this, they wanted this angel to stay with them and to eat with them. So imagine just meeting a man, or you just say, this seems like a good person, a good brother. Listen, let me stay with me, man. Let me cook you something to eat. You want to extend to him your hospitality. And so he says, listen, I'll stay with you, but yet I won't eat with you, but I will stay with you. Continue.
And if thou wilt offer an offering, and if thou wilt offer a burnt offering, thou must offer it unto the Lord.
Meaning, and if you want to offer a burnt offering, I won't eat it, but you can burn it so that the Most High can take the sweet savor of it in the kingdom of heaven. Meaning, you burn it, but I will not eat it. You understand? And that was the practice of making a sacrifice, a burnt offering, meaning you didn't eat it. You just burned it utterly, and the Most High took the savor of it up to him in the kingdom of heaven. That's in the book of Revelations. Keep going.
For Noah knew not that he was an angel of the Lord.
That's telling you, of course, that he didn't realize that this man was an angel. So that's why he's not eating, because he's not a man. So he doesn't have a stomach or digestive system. And he said, if you want to burn something, burn it for the Most High, but I will not eat it, because he was not a man. Continue.
Verse 17. And Manoah said unto the angel.
If I could, someone asked me this same question on this, similar to this. When the Bible says that the Israelites ate angels' food, right? Angels' bread. They asked me, did that mean this is the food that angels eat? Or is this food that came from angels? It's food that came from angels. Speaking about the manna from heaven. When the Lord said they did eat angels' meat or angels' food, it means it was food that came from angels, not that it was food that angels eat. All right. Someone asked me that question. Now you know. Go ahead.
God, verse 17. And Manoah said unto the angel of the Lord, what is thy name? That when thy sayings come to pass, we may do thee honor.
So you're giving me these prophecies, telling me about my son, telling me what I should do with him. What's your name so I can honor you when your prophecies come to pass? Skip down. The angel said, I'm not giving you my name because my name is a secret. Keep going.
Verse 18. And the angel of the Lord said unto him, why askest thou thus after my name, seeing it is a secret? Verse 19. So Manoah took a kid with a meat offering and offered it upon a rock unto the Lord, and the angel did wondrously. And Manoah and his wife looked on.
So they had a meat offering. So imagine they kill a lamb, they put it on rocks, and they burn it up. But then when the fire went up, the angel went up into the sky with the fire, which of course then was the confirmation of that this was not a man. And they went about the business of doing exactly what this angel told them to do, which is to having this son and to requiring this son to keep the law of a Nazarite from his birth, which meant that he would never drink alcohol and he would never cut his hair, which is how the whole story of Samson started, because he took an oath at birth to never cut his hair. And then he told some filthy heathen slut about the key to his strength. The key to Samson's strength was him keeping this Nazarite oath. That was the key to his strength. Part of the oath was never cutting his hair. Well, then, because he told her and he had sex with a heathen woman, she, of course, told his enemies. They cut his hair. He was so ashamed at what he did that he just lost all of his strength. Until one day he asked the Most High to give him his strength back. And sweet Lord, did he ever give it back to him on that day. Everybody understands. All right, see me one more time, please, Mathemia. You got it.
Another question from YAHUSHUA. If I may, sir, can I get a scripture breakdown on how to explain the importance of prayer to the Most High for war?
Yeah, give it to me in the New Testament about the woman that went to the evil king and made her petition. I believe it's in Luke. Prayer is a devastating weapon against your enemy, Ak. It's a devastating weapon. It's so powerful, Ak, that it's hard for the carnal mind to understand. No battle that you wage on this planet can be won without the Most High God's blessing. There is no battle, there is no achievement that can be accomplished without the Most High God making sure that achievement happens. So prayer is a devastating weapon against your enemy. And I'll show you with this precept here. Go ahead and read it. Avenge me of mine adversary. That's the word you're looking for in the New Testament. Avenge me, a woman. Let me help you out. Hold on. There you go.
It's the book of Luke, chapter 18, and verse 2.
Listen carefully, young brother, all right? Luke 18 and 2. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, verse 1, sir.
You got it.
And he spake a parable unto them to this end, that men ought always to pray.
Men ought to do what?
Always to pray.
Men ought to do what?
Always to pray.
Men ought to always pray. Always. Now, what does that always mean? That always means Pray when you think it won't work, when you think the battle is too rough, when you think the obstacle is too big. Pray. That's what always means. At those times when you think, prayer can't help me with this. It's impossible for the Most High to do anything about this. I better fix this. I better go do something about this. That's the time when you better pray. Pray always, even in the bad times. Keep going.
And not to faint.
And not to do what?
To faint.
The word faint means to fall weak. That's what happens when you're in a real struggle. You're getting weak. You don't think the Most High God is going to step in and save you. You think you have to rob somebody to get money to pay your rent. You think you have to commit some crime. That's what happens. I saw a story today that came across my phone of some girl that got 4 years in jail for committing what's the thing with the loan everybody got during COVID? PPP loan. She's doing 4 years in jail over something. They just got her this week over a PPP loan scam. I know why you committed so many PP loan frauds. Fear. You didn't believe God would help you. You heard that there was some magic money that was going to solve everybody's problems. You, of course, went out and committed that fraud because you didn't believe that God would help you. Well, you were wrong. And I pray that you don't find out how wrong you were. Pray and don't get weak. Don't fall weak. Keep going.
Oh, God. There was in a city a judge which feared not God.
This is a parable, young brother. There was a woman in a city. I'm sorry. There was a judge in a city. Now, a judge has a lot of power, right? Well, this judge didn't fear God or man, meaning this was an evil judge. He was powerful, but he was evil. He did not fear God and he did not fear men. And he had all the power in the world. Keep going.
Oh, God, which feared not God, neither regarded man.
Keep going.
And there was a widow in that city.
In this same city, there was a woman who had no protection. She was a widow. Her husband was dead. Keep going.
And she came unto him saying, avenge me of mine adversary.
This woman said what?
Avenge me of my adversary.
This woman went to this evil judge who did not fear God. And she said, avenge me. Avenge me. I deserve justice for what happened to me. I don't have a husband. I don't have protection. And my enemy has hurt me. Judge, give me revenge. Give me revenge. Keep going.
Oh, God. And he would not for a while.
For a while, you know what this evil man did? He ignored her. Why? Because he's an evil bastard. He doesn't fear God, and he doesn't even care about men. So he didn't listen to her, even though she asked him to avenge her of her enemy. Keep going.
Oh, God. But afterward, he said.
But afterwards, so for a while, he would not give her vengeance. He would not give her justice. But after a while, this is what he said. Go ahead.
He said within himself, though I fear not God.
He thought to himself, you know what? I don't care about the Bible, God, laws, nothing. I don't care about God at all. Keep going.
Nor man.
And there's no man that I give a damn about either. Keep going.
God, nor regard man. Yet because this widow troubleth me.
But because this widow troubles me. How was she troubling him? By always coming to him and saying, avenge me of my enemy. Give me revenge from my enemy. Help me. She did it so much. She got on his goddamn nerves. And after a while, go ahead.
God. But Absalom, I will avenge her, lest by her continual coming she worry me. I'm going to give this woman revenge, or else she's just going to keep coming to me and keep asking for revenge. Well, brothers and sisters, here we are. And we're in a land with evil judges and evil police and evil politicians. But our God, the ultimate judge, he's a good judge. He's a good judge. He's not like this evil judge. How much will he hear our prayers? If an evil judge
would hear the prayers of one widow because she continually kept asking, then how much more will a good judge give us revenge for our enemy? The Most High God is going to avenge the children of God. He's going to do it. You just have to keep asking. Everyone understands. I broke down the rest of that part for everyone just now, all right? But if you want to read it on your own, you can read it, but I just broke it down already. Próximo.
Sir. This is from the Psalm. Salakia, sir, if I may, in your righteous wisdom.
Throughout it, brother. Go ahead.
May I have a general breakdown of Ephesians 4 and 26 to 27? Watch.
Absolutely, warrior. If I can do anything to help you, it's my honor and a pleasure to do it for you, okay? Go ahead and read it for him.
This is the book of Ephesians chapter 4, verse
26 to 27.
This book of Ephesians chapter 4, verse 26. Be ye angry and sin not.
Forget about it. That's a hell of a precept, Doc, that is good for a young brother to learn. You know what people think matters in life, which as you grow older in the truth and become more wise, you'll realize they have very little importance, are your emotions. Emotions, when you are a baby, I mean, that's all that matters. From the time that you start screaming and crying coming out your mother's womb because a doctor shook you or smacked you or woke you up, you start screaming and crying and showing displeasure. Then you're so happy. And you want to show everyone how happy you are. Then you're sad at a movie or something bad happened to you. Emotions are the primary motivator for a child. Hopefully, as you become a man, you'll realize that emotions are not important at all. You can feel a thing and not act on it. I mean, you'd be shocked. You know, you can want to have sex with a woman, young brothers, and not have sex with her. Did I blow your mind? That's possible. It's possible to really want to have sex with this broad. I mean, to look at her pictures and swiping all over, swiping right, swipe. How many times do you got to swipe before the bitch call you on the phone? Bitch, how many likes? I gave you my likes. Thumbs up, like, good comments. Hey, girl, you look nice in that picture. I just found out this week that all that is language. This week, one of my ribs told me that they can tell when the brother's in the school like a girl. I did not know. I said, they said, oh yeah, this brother here, he like her. I said, what? What are you talking about? They looked on there and they can tell that you like this sister. I said, what are you talking about? I, of course, ignored it like you out of your mind. You can't tell. Lo and behold, a day go by, somebody says, can I court this woman? I said, God damn it. That's the brother that they told me liked her. I couldn't believe it. I was shocked because now days went by. Oh, yeah, so-and-so, yeah, he want to get with her. He like her. I said, what the fuck are you talking about? I said, I like everybody's picture. I like every brother's picture. And I like videos I don't watch. I don't watch them videos. What the hell am I doing sitting watching videos? I don't watch any of them. I see your face. I like it. That's all. You in the school? I love it. It's great. It's an amazing video. I've never watched it. Come to find out, Yediah, brothers are pushing likes to communicate with the woman. And it looks like it's true. I mean, y'all can tell me if I'm wrong, but it looks like it's the truth. Yediah.
If you heart 3 pictures and she heart them back,
that's what they said. They said that.
That's your rig.
Damn! That's what they said. Brother, listen, I'm trying to learn. I don't know. I teach what I know. What I don't teach, I don't know, I don't teach, which makes me look like a genius because I don't teach anything that I don't know about. I don't know about this. All right? But what I'm hearing is they can tell. Now, This is what I do know. You can feel such strong feelings for a woman and never act on them. You can do that. You have not sinned. Do you understand? You haven't sinned as long as you don't take an action to sin. You can be extremely angry about a thing, and as long as you don't act on it, you have committed no sin. Sin starts when it begins in your mind, and it works in your mind, and then you do it. But if it stops in your mind, nothing happened. Nothing at all. The Bible says this, that even a fool will not be known unless he speaks. Guess what else you can do? You can be stupid as hell, and no one will ever know about it if you shut your dumb ass mouth. People will think you're a genius because you don't talk. So they'll go, that brother is heavy. It's a heavy brother over there. He's quiet all the time. I tell you what, he damn sure is heavy because he knows enough to shut his mouth, which is more than most people know. Don't act on your emotions. Do not do that. I'm just giving you some wisdom, Mark. That's all. From someone who used to act on their emotions all the time. That's what I used to do. Then I learned a better way from Commanding General YAHANNA. I'm just passing it to you. That's what this precept is about. Be angry. The Bible isn't saying don't ever become angry. The Bible is saying be angry and don't act on it. Don't sin because you want to punch them in the face. Keep wanting to punch them in the face. Just don't ever punch them in the face. That's possible. You can achieve that. Everyone understands. Was there any more?
That was coming up.
All right. We good here? Of Ibad or no?
There's a little bit more.
All right, go ahead.
Let not the sun go down upon your wrath.
You get that. That's also, once again, telling you what you should do, regardless of how you feel. You don't let the sun go down upon your wrath. So what are you doing? You're angry. Think about this like your wife or something, right? Or a brother. You're all angry at some brother or some sister. Work it out. Don't wait, which is what this precept is talking about. Don't wait. Don't think I'll just wait. I'll forget about it. Don't do that. Clear it up. Work it out. Don't let the sun go down upon your wrath. Don't just linger and allow yourself to hate someone in the school. You go work it out and you hurry to do it, which is what don't let the sun go down means. It means to hurry up. Hurry up and work it out. All right? Anything else?
So just one more verse, sir.
Go ahead.
Verse 27. Neither give place to the devil.
Don't give place. How do you give place to the devil? You do what he wants you to do. That's what you do. That's giving place to him. Who should be in that place? The Most High. The Most High should be guiding what your hands do, where your feet go. But instead, you allow Satan to decide where your feet go and what your hands do. He's controlling your actions. Don't let him do it. He gives you thoughts in your brain. He tells you you should rob somebody, you should lie, you should steal. Fine. Think it all you want. You won't go to jail for thinking about stealing. You get my point? You won't get a woman pregnant for thinking about having sex with her. That won't happen. But if you act on it, brother, then you'll have to deal with the repercussions of your actions, not your emotions. Everyone understands. All right, go ahead.
This is from I.S.U.P.K, YAHAWAH. How should a man pray, and what is it righteous to pray for?
No problem. The Bible says this, I.O.C, in Matthew, I believe 6, or is it 7? The Bible explains to you how to pray. Many people outside of the UPK don't understand the Lord's Prayer. The Lord's Prayer is an excellent, all-encompassing prayer of a man's needs, of a woman's needs. If you want to just think about how do I cover all my bases in a prayer, the Lord's Prayer, what they call the Our Father, is an excellent example of that. But it's more than that. It's telling you how to pray, meaning the things that should be important when you go to make your petition before the Lord your God. So the Lord's Prayer is an excellent example on how to pray. We'll go through it briefly, all right? Go ahead and read it.
Matthew chapter 6, verse 10. I'll start at verse 9.
Mm-hmm.
After this manner, therefore, pray ye.
After this manner, meaning pray like this. Go ahead.
Our Father, which art in heaven.
That's the first thing. When you go to pray, and you don't have to say the Lord's Prayer in specific, but when you go to pray for everything, you want to acknowledge this. You're praying to your Father. That concept alone is revolutionary when it comes to man's idea of God. That's something that Christ gave us that we didn't have before Christ. Before Jesus Christ, we thought of the Most High as this terrible being who stoned us and who burned us for disobeying him. And the fear of being burned or stoned was not good enough to make us resist temptation. Christ taught us the concept of viewing God as a father. It made us understand God when we didn't understand him before. He's a father, which means what? He's strict and his punishments can be terrible, but he's doing it because he loves you. That's how you want to think about God in praying. This punishment he gives you is not to destroy you. It hurts and you'll think it's going to destroy you. But God, as any good father, his punishment is measured with mercy because he wants his child to learn. He doesn't want to kill his child. He wants his child to learn. And that's where God's punishments come from. God has punishments that say to kill and stone anyone who does this. And the Most High God has no desire for not one man to die. He doesn't want anyone to die. He just doesn't want you to do this thing that destroys you. Everyone understands? So as you pray, remember, you're praying to a father, to the Father. Keep going.
Oh, come. Hallowed be thy name.
First of all, and second of all, his name is holy. You got fake Israelite groups and Christians and Muslims that say you can call God any name. That say that you don't care. God's name doesn't matter. According to Christ, his name is holy. Hallowed means holy. The Lord's name is YAHUAH, and his name is a holy name. It's not a name you should utter without serious intention. It's not a name you should just say for no reason. You brothers and sisters that took an oath, the Most High God's name was said when you took your oath. Don't make that in vain. Don't take an oath in vain. God's name is on your oath. Now, if you take an oath and you break it, if you get a Hebrew name or you take a rank and you break the responsibility of your name or your rank, you have just done what? Taken God's name in vain. You should have never taken that oath. You should have never done it. But if you do it, it has to be serious. His name is YAHWAH, and his name is holy. Continue.
Oh, God. Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come. You're asking God to bring his kingdom. What's the difference between that and going to the kingdom? You see, that's totally different. That's what Christians want. Christians want to go to heaven, right? Christians want to go to heaven. Why? Because Christians want the world to stay the same. They just want to leave it. Like they just want to leave the planet. The planet will stay the same, but the Christian will be gone. He'll be in heaven in glory. That's not how you're supposed to pray. You're supposed to pray that the kingdom comes. Not that you leave, but that the kingdom comes. Why? Because in doing so, the world changes. The world changes. You Christians just want to change your address. You want to go live in heaven. You want to go be with God. Instead, your prayer should be that God comes down here. That God's will is done on earth. Thy kingdom come. Go ahead.
Oh God, thy will be done.
Thy will be done. You know God's will is not happening here. You should pray that his will happens here. Keep going.
As it is in heaven.
As it is in heaven. Go ahead. No, you missed one word.
Thy will be done in earth.
Thy will be done where?
In earth.
In the pearly gates.
In earth.
With sweet Jesus in the clouds.
In earth.
Thy will be done in earth. You see, you Christians pray to go to heaven, to go be with my Lord, to go be with Jesus. You should be praying that your Lord comes here and that his will is done down here and God's judgments happen down here. Now, you haven't just changed your address, you changed the world. Thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. You want heaven to happen here. You love heaven so much, you can't wait to die and go to heaven. Well, what if instead of dying, this planet became heaven? That should be your prayer. That's how you pray. Continue.
Verse 11. Give us this day our daily bread.
This is the important part. Give us when?
Give us this day.
Give us all year.
This day.
Give us every day.
This day.
Let me hit the lottery.
This day.
Let me make it to the NBA.
This day.
Let me get a rap contract with Puff Diddy Records.
This day.
Give us this day. Keep going.
Our daily bread.
Our daily bread. That's revolutionary. You're not praying. When you go to pray, do not pray to hit the lottery. Don't do that. Don't pray for that. Don't pray to become a CEO of Mahayaman Entertainment. Don't do that. That's not something you should pray for. Can the Most High bless you? Yes, he can. He can make you as the CEO of Genius Nigga Hip Hop Records Entertainment. He can. But don't pray for it. You understand? Don't ask for that. Pray to eat today. That's all you're asking for. I'm just going to ask him, Lord, get me through today. Give me enough food for today. Jesus Christ said, the evil of tomorrow is the evil of today is sufficient thereof. Tomorrow will handle itself. You have enough problems today. Pray for those. That is revolutionary. You know what else that kills? Worrying. I'm not worrying about what happens at the end of the month. I'm getting through today. I'm going to have a good day today. I wake up every day saying, how can I win today? How can I defeat these Christians today? How can I defeat the Israelite groups today? That's what I do every day. I wake up and the minute my eyes open, I'm thinking about destroying an enemy today. I'm just trying to win today. So I can go to sleep at night feeling like I destroyed the adversaries of God and Commanding General YAHANNA today. Do that. That's all you need. You need to eat today. That's it. Pray for that. Don't pray for something, that changes your life and makes you a millionaire. Keep going.
Verse 12. And forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors.
This is revolutionary, Matamya. Forgive our debts, even as we forgive our debtors. Meaning this, you're asking God to forgive you the way you forgive other people. That's revolutionary. It's so gigantic, it's hard to put into words. It's different from, God, forgive me. God, I fall short of the glory. God, please, I'm a sinner. Please help me. That's not that. That's not that. It's asking God to forgive you with a stipulation. God, only forgive me the way I forgive other people. And it's asking for it. So then what does that do? That puts the onus on me to forgive other people. Because if I do not forgive other people, I'm asking God not to forgive me. If I forgive other people, I'm asking God to forgive me. That is revolutionary. That's how you should think about prayer. What's the point of sitting and asking God to forgive you your mistakes? You don't forgive anybody. What mercy do you give someone? Donald Trump, they tried to unalive Donald Trump right before I came here to class. Again, I think this is 4 times you died. Right before class, someone else tried to unalive Donald Trump. Donald Trump needs to learn that you reap what you sow. You can't just constantly belittle and degrade and preach hateful things to harm people and then wonder why people are trying to harm you. If you forgive other people, you'll be forgiven. If you don't forgive anyone, ask God not to forgive you. Ask him not to, which is what this part of the prayer is doing. It's asking God not to forgive you unless you forgive someone else. Everyone understands. Keep going.
And lead us not into temptation.
Don't lead us into temptation. There's temptation everywhere. I'm asking God, don't let me go down that road. Don't let me drive by those drugs or those whores. Don't let me go on the internet and find the things that will tempt me to going back to the world. Don't lead me to a test. Don't lead me to temptation. I'm asking God for that. Keep going.
But deliver us from evil.
But deliver me from temptation. Help me, restore me, protect me from the things that would cause me to do something wrong. That's what I'm asking for. Once again, the onus being on me and my ability to resist temptation. I'm asking God for that ability. I'm asking God to not lead me into it. I'm asking him to protect me from temptation, from the things that would cause me to disobey him and break his law. Continue.
For thine is the kingdom.
For what?
For thine is the kingdom.
You better acknowledge that. The kingdom belongs to the Most High God, not you, not Kamala Harris, not Donald Trump. It belongs to the Most High God. If the world is going to become a better place, it'll be because God did it, not because some president did it. Keep going.
And the power.
The power comes from the Most High God, not from Kamala Harris and not from Donald Trump, but from the Lord thy God. He has the power to change the condition for the poor, to change the condition of the needy. He has the power to bring the rich down low and bring the poor up high. Not a president, but in God, he has the power. Continue.
And the glory.
And what?
The glory.
What is glory? Fame. That's what glory is. Fame. If you want fame, you won't get it because you're Kamala Harris, or because you're Joe Biden or Donald Trump or whoever, or because you're some rapper or some basketball player or some internet nut. God is the one that truly can make a man famous, a woman famous for doing what he wants. Keep going.
Forever.
For how long?
Forever.
For temporarily.
Forever.
For as long as Bad Boy Records was popular.
Forever.
Forever. That's how you pray. You want to think about that when you're praying for your child who might be sick, when you're praying because your rent is behind and you feel you might be evicted. You want to think about this method of praying whenever you pray for whatever you pray for. Everyone understands. Please, put up to me. We done? You want me in the class now? Okay, let me see. Let me try to do these los anuncios. No more questions, right? Nosotros somos la Escuela Israelita de Conocimiento Práctico Universal. Comenzamos 1 Oeste Calle 125, Harlem, Nueva York. Desde 1969, debajo del mando de General YAHANNA. Canales, esta es la verdad. Si tú eres hombre español, negro o indio nativo, tú eres Israel, el pueblo elegido de Dios. Tu madre y tu padre dicen que somos un culto y me tienen en su iglesia sin culpa. Pero su iglesia, what's the rest? Pero su iglesia es culpable de todo lo que nos están pasando. Orale. With that, pass the class over to Police Officer Montgomery. Let me just put this in here real fast, Don.
The I.S.U.P.K security announcements. With the I.S.U.P.K started 1 West, 125th Street, Hall, New York, under Commander General YAHANNA, group of new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Times which is a commandment. You can find this in Numbers chapter 18, verse 21. Malachi chapter 3, verse 8 through 10. Means 10th in Hebrew, Mahayaman. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming only convocations is the closing of the Feast of Tabernacles, which lands on Thursday. And you can find this in Leviticus, the 23rd chapter, verses 34 through 44. All right, to remind Achaman, and to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If any brother wants to become a trooper in the school and start wearing all black, boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. And with that, man, it's Israelite, Module, which means to stand. Right. We're going to give each other one courtesy salute. And of Israel, Imam Shabbat, Imam, Barak, YAHAWASHI, YAHUSHUA, that's the top, Pastor Smith.